CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Trump calls North Korea a brutal regime. 042 Trump slams North Korea after U.S. student's death. Video provided by AFP Newslook1 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. North Korea is still detaining 3 Americans. 029 U.S. college student Otto Warmbier, 22, died Monday after coming back to the U.S. in a coma that lasted for 15 months of his North Korean captivity. 3 other American citizens remain captives of Pyongyang. U.S. ATODAY2 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Why is North Korea the erratic menace of Northeast Asia? 238 The communist nation is isolated but has some impressive firepower. U.S. ATODAY3 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Tour group won't take Americans to North Korea after Warmbier's death. 103 The tour group that Otto Warmbier used to get into North Korea says it will no longer be taking Americans into the country. Josh King has the story at Abridged Holland. Buzz 604 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Otto Warmbier dies less than a week after his release from North Korea. 057 Otto Warmbier was imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. He died less than a week after his release back to the US. US ATODAY5 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Trump responds to Otto Warmbier's death. 032 President Trump called North Korea a brutal regime where a lot of bad things happened when he responded to the news of imprisoned American student Otto Warmbier's death. US ATODAY6 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Student detained by North Korea dies at 22. 113 Otto Warmbier, the Ohio student that was detained by North Korea and returned last week in a coma, has died. June 19 AP7 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Trump, North Korea brutal after Warmbier dies. 033 President Donald Trump is calling North Korea a brutal regime following the death of American college student Otto Warmbier. June 19 AP8 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Student held by North Korea dies after returning to US. 032 His family says they believe he knew he was home and was at peace. Video provided by Newslook1 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Trump pays tribute to Warmbier. Scalise, 134 Before announcing his administration's new Cuba policy in Miami, President Donald Trump paid tribute to the American student Otto Warmbier, who was returned from North Korea this week, and Representative Steve Scalise, injured in a gun attack. June 16 AP10 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Doctors say student has severe injuries to brain. 212 Doctors in Cincinnati who are treating the American college student released by North Korea in a coma say he has severe injury to all regions of his brain. June 15 AP11 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Warmbier release triggers joy, concern. 050 Residents of Otto Warmbier's hometown are reacting with joy, but also concern, after North Korea released the 22-year-old. Warmbier arrived in Cincinnati late Tuesday, and was hospitalized with a severe neurological injury. June 15 AP12 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Father, Warmbier brutalized in North Korea. 148 The father of Otto Warmbier says his family has been brutalized with misinformation as they work to secure their son's release from North Korea. He says his son was living in a pariah regime in North Korea. June 15 AP13 of 21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Freed American student suffered severe injury. 220 An Ohio hospital spokeswoman says the U.S. college student who was released by North Korea in a coma suffered a severe neurological injury. His father said he does not believe North Korea's account explanation of the coma's cause. June 15, AP 14/21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. New photos of comatose UVA student released. 055 A University of Virginia student held in North Korea for 17 months has not been seen until now. Aaron Dickens has more. Buzz 6015/21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. U.S. student hospitalized after return from North Korea. 058 U.S. student Otto Warmbier is hospitalized in Cincinnati after he was returned from North Korea. His family says he's in a coma. North Korea sentenced Warmbier to prison after he admitted trying to steal a propaganda banner during a trip there. June 14, AP 16/21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. North Korea releases American in a coma. 041 Otto Warmbier is returning home to Cincinnati in a coma after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. USATODAY 17/21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. U.S. college student released by North Korea has been in a coma. 104 A University of Virginia student held in North Korea has been released and medically evacuated out of the country. He has been in a coma for over a year according to his parents. Aaron Dickens reports. Buzz 6018/21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. U.S. college student Otto Warmbier has been released from North Korea. 050 U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson confirmed Tuesday that Otto Warmbier was on his way back to the U.S. to be reunited with his family. Video provided by Newslook1 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. Tillerson, U.S. citizen released in North Korea. 039 Secretary of State Rex Tillerson on Tuesday confirmed North Korea has released Otto Warmbier, a U.S. citizen serving a 15-year prison term with hard labor for alleged anti-state acts. AP 20/21 CLOSEOTTO Warmbier dies after being imprisoned in North Korea for more than a year. U.S. student held in North Korea offered apology in February. 118 Otto Warmbier begged for forgiveness in this apology from February. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has announced Warmbier is being released from prison. AP 21/21 Last video. Next video. Trump calls North Korea a brutal regime. North Korea is still detaining 3 Americans. Why is North Korea the erratic menace of Northeast Asia? Tour group won't take Americans to North Korea after Warmbier's death. Otto Warmbier dies less than a week after his release from North Korea. Trump responds to Otto Warmbier's death. Student detained by North Korea dies at 22. Trump, North Korea brutal after Warmbier dies. Student held by North Korea dies after returning to U.S. Trump pays tribute to Warmbier. Scaly doctors say student has severe injuries to brain. Warmbier release triggers joy. Concerned father. Warmbier brutalized in North Korea. Freed American student suffered severe injury. New photos of comatose UVA student released. U.S. student hospitalized after return from North Korea. North Korea releases American in a coma. U.S. college student released by North Korea has been in a coma. U.S. college student Otto Warmbier has been released from North Korea. Tillerson, U.S. citizen released in North Korea. U.S. student held in North Korea offered apology in February. Cincinnati. President Trump hailed Otto Warmbier's family of Wyoming, Ohio, as powerful witnesses to North Korea's horrors as they watched from a guest box in the U.S. House of Representatives Tuesday night. You are powerful witnesses to a menace that threatens our world, and your strength inspires truly us all, Trump said, as Fred and Cindy Warmbier wept during applause. Tonight, we pledge to honor Otto's memory with total American resolve. The Warmbiers were spotted as the president entered the House chamber. Also in attendance were Otto Warmbier's brother and sister, Austin and Greta. More, Trump heralds a new American moment in his first State of the Union address. More, Trump's State of the Union address. Read the excerpts. More, 5 rebuttals to State of the Union are slated. Yes. 5. Warmbier's arrest in North Korea and death gave a face to the struggle between North Korea and the United States. Trump described Otto Warmbier as hard-working. After a shameful trial, the dictatorship sentenced Otto to 15 years of hard labor, before returning him to America last June. Horribly injured and on the verge of death, Trump said. He passed away just days after his return. Warmbier was a student at the University of Virginia when he paid a Chinese company, a young pioneer, tours to visit North Korea's capital, Pyongyang, for 5 days including New Year's. CLOSEOTTO Warmbier is now home, after being released from a North Korean prison after 18 months. But he's returned home in a coma. His father speaks of his love and support from the community. Liz DeFore. North Korea arrested the Ohio native in January 2016 and accused him of stealing a propaganda poster. He died back in Cincinnati in June 2017 after North Korea released him in a comatose state. He never regained consciousness. Fred and Cindy Warmbier have pushed for a tougher treatment of North Korea. They met earlier in the day with Democratic Maryland Sen. Chris Van Hollen, who is one of the co-sponsors of legislation that would increase sanctions on North Korea. This morning I had the honor of meeting Fred and Cindy Warmbier. Their son Otto was imprisoned by the North Koreans, released in a coma, and died 6 days after his return to the United States. Congress must honor their son's memory and pass the Otto Warmbier Brink Act. Chris Van Hollen at Chris Van Hollen, January 30, 2018. More. Death of student after detention further strained U.S.-North Korean relationship. Follow Scott Wortman on Twitter, at Scott Wortman. Read or share this story. https://usat.ly/2ftqfrw